We Are Pecknarm, the documentary.
It's not an easy road, it's not an easy road. No, 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 no. It's not an easy road, it's not an easy road. Cause my life no easy, can no set away. So dirty Babylon maybe go no forget away. Me come searching for a better day. Sometimes I no money for deal and laugh for pay. Still every day for me knee, me still a pray. Because you never stop pray. So when me say, it's not an easy road, it's not an easy. Bless up all people, me know say it's not an easy road. I don't know. Manners and love, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, I'm here with my guy, Young Saber,
Come on.
musician, another foundation man from SE15 Peckham area. Cool. So, Sabe, how long you been living in Peckham, bro?
Right, all my life, innit? So from when I was born until probably about 13, 14, I moved out of the ends, moved back to the ends, you get it? Like,
Yeah.
I was all over now, innit? So like boom, I lived on like Glengall Road, then like from Glengall Road, man was in like Camden, like if you don't know Camden, Gloucester, you get it?
Yeah.
And then fucking from Gloss, man was in like fucking like Old Kent Road.
And what's your opinion of Peckham's reputation? Like, how do you see it?
When you say that, you mean like badness? You mean,
Yeah,
like,
anything like other people, your opinion of maybe what other people think about the area and stuff.
Yeah,
like
people hate Peckham, fam. It's mad. It's mad. Like, if you're not from Peckham, then you won't understand, innit? You get it? Like Peckham, for us, like we're from the ends, innit? So it's just like, yeah, normal, innit? But as an outsider, Peckham's just like some scary movie. You get it? Like I swear down, I promise you, it's mad.
So it's negative when you're not from
always
there,
negative.
Alright. Yo, I'm with my guy Bap.
Something, brother?
He's a bit younger than myself, so he grew up in a different generation than me. So just quickly, I'm not gonna keep you here. What was it kind of like your age group when you was growing up?
It was a war zone, bro.
When we ran up in your park, your little hearts got shocked. Keep shouting, Pecknarm, till your arse gets
Yeah, no, the war zone still. We had obviously drummers in Brixton youths, Old Kent Road youths, all over the place, isn't it?
And like, how old was you these times?
Probably like, year 10, year 11, so like 15.
Yeah.
15, yeah, about 15, 16.
Okay. And obviously, like people lost lives and people went to prison and stuff during these times, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you could. What do you feel like you could achieve when you was growing up?
No, obviously growing up, you just thought Peckham the jungle, innit? So, but it's like because it's home, so to us, it's like
It was normal.
yeah, do you know
Man
what I'm
just
saying?
thought this is like
but when you see the outsiders, the image they have Peckham, you think shit, like it's actually true.
Yeah. Police, when you was like growing up, what was that? What was your thought of them when you was kind of growing up?
To be honest, they probably made everything worse because even before we even started doing anything heavy, like they was already in and out man's pockets from like 14. So at the time you think it's cool, but they're like already preparing you to be a criminal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're just chilling, doing nothing, and they get harassed by police, it's like they're making it seem like you're a bad dude. So it's like you're gonna live up to that image anyway.
Okay.
And then that's kind of what happened anyway.
All right.
Got a little performance going on. Who's that?
Oh God.
See you, yeah?
Yeah.
Must on the next hustle instantly.
Yeah. Always. From Peckham for like the area. How long you been living there?
I lived Peckham when I was like 7 years old, when I first came from Jamaica.
So it's okay, so you wasn't even born in UK, you come from Jamaica.
I came from Jamaica.
So you came from one jungle to the next jungle, you get me?
Different jungle.
Yeah, you get me? A
different jungle.
I've known you since you was like about 8 or something like that, 9. You get me? I ain't gonna lie, you was a little shit, but then, bruv, you. And I wanted to chuck you in the bush bare times, bro.
Everybody
back in the
said
day.
that. I was a annoying little fucker. I was an annoying little fucker growing up.
Bro, like, no, man, think back, like, man, think, bro, you are definitely, like, no saving you. You're a problem child. You're gonna be a big problem. Like, how you gonna start a problem at 8 years old and then change? You get me? Like, so obviously you've had your ups and downs growing up and that. So obviously there's times when even I heard, like, obviously I hadn't been around for a while, but I heard that stuff that you was keeping up with and that, man. And I was like, bro, it's like how bad he's got, like, he's got into some real madnesses, like, you know, you think that your life's just a certain path from them, you get me?
Yeah,
that's like, obviously the environment does influence you a lot some of the time, you get me? Yo, so okay, right now we're on Sumner Road and we're gonna pass through a friend of mine who owns a barber shop. Basically, a barber shop in the like areas like these is more than just a barber shop. Yeah, like I said, it's not just a barber shop. Sometimes when you've got the right person that owns the barber shop, you get more of a community kind of spirit in there, of people like socializing. Building friendships. It plays a big part in the black communities and like these urban environments. So yeah, when I go in there, you can meet a few people.
Hey, I bet them tell a story about me. So I'm the original. First teenager to have a barber shop in Peckham. That's me, yeah. Before Chris, what they called again? What's that man name? Before clean cut. Before clean cut. Before Benji like a trim. It's me.
And what's his name?
This guy, this is my friend Sean.
Yeah.
One of the first like young people to own a barber shop in Peckham. and he's still going on now.
Borough Market. Tell him
He's been cutting my hair since I was like 5 years old. He's been cutting my hair.
Put that picture in there as well, one snap.
Yeah, I will get that picture.
Make us speak. Make Prez say some words, bro.
You can't say make Prez say some words.
Make you say words.
What do you mean make me say words?
I'll make you say that, Ruben. That's what happened. This is what happened.
But basically, yeah, man, Nico Junior.
Man, that's my brother.
Boom.
Anna. Peace and love.
Man's doing a little filming for my documentary Peckham, you get me? Original man from Peckham.
What do you mean, man? What go on, my general?
What you said? Tell me, man.
What go on?
You tell me about Peckham. You've been living there for how long, my guy?
Yeah, man, you don't know. Peckham is a place, you know, it have ups and downs, you know. 1 minute it mad and next minute it calm.
Yeah.
We say after a storm, there will be a calm.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a calm.
Yeah,
so right now, big up all the people, me. Just a come to Peckham, you come in the right time. Because if you come out like 20 years ago, Jesus Christ, you come in a Western. Me not lie. Western.
Spread your wings. Nothing is impossible, believe. If I can do it, you can spread your wings. Nothing is impossible. If I can do it, you can spread.
Right now, we're in Brixton, not in Peckham. We're currently in Brixton, but with someone that is like a foundation in Peckham Borough, Southwark. People know him as Crimer. Is that you like to call yourself, yeah?
No, not really.
Would you like to be known as so now?
Or my company name?
Yeah, G Love, Mr. G Love 7, yeah?
Yeah, GL7.
Yeah.
The CEO of GL7.
Yeah, alright. So, what was it like growing up in your era of Peckham? Like, what was the community feel like? What was the environment like?
Environment, people. Yeah, it was a good time. It was good times, bad times. It was this life. Peckham, what can I say about Peckham?
What was Peckham like? What was Peckham like when like using your early teens and stuff like that?
Early teens, mopeds, trainers, Chocadero, West End, number 12, right from
12
the
bus, open door bus.
Jack, takes you right to West. Yeah, that's where it was, running up and down Waverley, with Waverley girls. That was our age group. Warwick Park in front.
How do you feel you got that popular kind of character name, like of yourself, like that your personality? Did the environment shaped your personality to be who you are, even to date?
Oh, my environment teach me so much, but this wasn't told what it was, and what we was doing, what all of us have done. We use it in a different way and for different things.
Yeah.
So that was a good question, anyway. So how did I realise I was just being me?
Because you know what, yeah,
I was
like,
just being me.
You know what? That's what you're saying. You're talking like you being you. That simple, you know, like a lot of people can't even be themselves. Like, and there's always a character they're trying to live up to. A lot of young boys, and they can't even be themselves. It's only when they get to a big age they realise who they are, maybe are then. But growing up, you have to be a strong character to be an individual, if you know what I'm saying.
But we can't say that. It's only me grown, and I'm not even grown. I still got plenty to do.
Okay.
Yeah, being grown, I'm only just coming to myself at the age I am now.
Sherry Johnson, she's a family and behaviour specialist and joins us now from London. Sherry, thank you very much indeed for your time. You're speaking to us from the metropolis, the biggest city in the whole of the United Kingdom. But this is a very different issue because life in the countryside is really quite different to what it is in London. How much are children involved compared to adult drug dealers in this story about rural countryside drug problems?
We're with Sherry right now, Sherry Johnson.
Hey.
As you know, we're going to go through a few questions and just talk naturally, basically, about about Peckham and where we are now with it and yourself. So we'll start with, so how long have you or was you living in Peckham for?
Pretty much my whole life, childhood to adulthood, early adulthood.
Okay. So what was it like growing up for you from young to like, what do you observed, what it was like, the environment, people, the culture, the community?
Sure, it was fun first and foremost. I don't think we realised the dangerous fun that we was having, but it was really fun. Peckham was a really close-knit community, so parents were really tight. I grew up on Sumner Estate. I'm going to say the best estate in Peckham, obviously. Yeah, and Sumner had kind of a mixture of everybody who kind of went on to different groups. But Sumner was like the playground. It was a mixture of like parents from African and Caribbean countries, and obviously their kids. And I don't know, it was just like one big home, really. It was just fun. It was fun.
Like Peckham was known for like a negative environment, innit? So growing up people in this negative environment, did people give off that image?
I think, so when you're in a situation, you don't see the situation objectively, so you don't see the negativity. So for me, I didn't really know of the negative things people were doing. And if you did, it wasn't as bad as you think it was compared to somebody looking on the outside in. Yeah. So Peckham had loads of prolific people. I'm going to use the word loads of leaders, because now we're older, they were just displaying leadership skills from early. They just didn't know how to channel them. But it was a combination of like loads of males and then like a small cohort of females, funny enough, and everybody just kind of coexist together. You know, if you was from Sumner, you kind of just chilled on Sumner Estate. So in my early years, I stayed on a Sumner Estate, which the oldest back then was like the firehouse crew. Yeah. So they were like the older boys in the estate, and they would kind of like oversee the young ones. They're the ones who...
Right here we're with my guy Harry, aka White Yardie, as some of you now know him as. So like I said, I've known Harry for a good over 15 years, definitely now, yeah?
Longer than that, man.
See? Yeah, 15 plus.
18, 18.
Yeah, it's about them ones, 15, 16, 18, 19 years now, 18.
Good work.
Yeah, so like obviously, you given me some time to come and talk to you about putting together this little mini documentaries. You're from Peckham, also, but you're also from Jamaica as well. So I don't know if you wanna maybe explain that little, just touch on that briefly. Like,
yeah, like, you know,
was you born in Jamaica? Was you born here?
The way is, you know, come to Jamaica. I came to England. I think I came to England around when I was about 16.
Yeah.
Around that age, yes, around that age.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying, because I think I met you when I was like 15 or something.
Yeah, 15, 16, so it's around that time, and you know, even these times I didn't even live in Peckham.
Yeah.
Remember that man didn't even live in Peckham?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Remember man used to live in the off ends. Man used to live all Catford and some far off ends, but we just used to always find, something just about Peckham. I think what it is went to a party in Nunhead. When my father didn't know the lady that only hairdresser shop one thing, and I got there, and then when I there, I meet some of the man them from Peckham, and them say, yo, bro, come link quick, I'm just come from Jamaica them time there, you know, and that time when we did me gigs did they vested there. Yeah, so they at the party now, them just come over and go to the party and thing, and then at the party I dance, and come used to like dance them time there, you know. Just come from Jamaica, every new dance I know, and they at the party and same time I meet like meet gigs and him brother them, you know,
brothers and stuff.
Yeah, little brother them did there and everything, and me and him younger brother them at the same age. One of them at the same age, so I'm outside and me and him a reason, and him say, hey, you come from Jamaica? And I say, yeah man, I would there talk, and he say, take my number, give me your number, and we swap number and we link up next day, and we go shopping, we go Peppermint for Woolworth Road. Go Peppermint for Woolworth, we go buy some machine or Versace.
Them days, crazy mush.
Crazy mush, yeah, back in the days.
You hear me?
Yes.
On the fields, you hear me? All day, you hear me?
Yeah.
OG, you hear me? There, bro, you hear me? Everything good?
Yeah, man, how's the little one?
The little one's good, you hear me? I'm gonna bring him back 1 minute, bro.
young king right here.
Young Jenna, get me?
Yeah, for the new generation.
See young
get
Jenna?
me?
Get me? Very young Jenna.
Saying what this place here wasn't a place to come if you was from another area.
Nah, like, this place we had bare schools beefing. Like, after our school, like stopped being Warwick Park and they turned it to Academy at Peckham. Our school, Sheffield Chaucer, Woolworth, Kingsdale, Apostle, St Joseph's, Sacred Heart, any school you could think of, like in the borough of Southwark or the outside areas. There was a madness and a couple of girls about to have a madness. This has been a pulse front line, would be a spot. Everyone will come here, grab their chicken and chips. It's like going to cinema for free. You get me? And then you go home, change your clothes, and then you hit the road.
Alright, I've got the new generation. Just want to ask them a few questions. Would you like to be known to call you as name or
Just Ty.
Ty?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, cool. Ty, so how long you been living in Peckham?
About 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And you? No, you don't choose point.
Oh. Eric, 5 years.
5 years? Okay. How about you?
Like, I've been living here for 5 years now.
Okay. You sure you've been there? Is that your brother?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. What do you lot think of Peckham as an area? What's your understanding of it, or the way you feel about it? How do you lot feel?
Well, in this specific area, it's calm, relaxed. If you want to have fun, come to the park. There'll be, mainly on Saturdays, there'll be a group of people here playing football. It's peaceful and calm, that's it really.
Like, come like around like 10, 11, like, it could be a little bit scary because like, around this area, so it can get violent.
Yeah. What do you know? Because you have to go out with your brother, so what do you know, bro?
I really think I know it. I really get like in like the high streets. Sometimes I like see people getting arrested, all those kind of things. But here it's all calm.
So always black people getting
only,
arrested, didn't it?
Like, yeah, but only like once something happened
never see
on
a
that
white
road.
person getting arrested. Like.
You say you never see a white person getting arrested.
No.
Always black boys and black people.
They just get stopped and searched.
So do you lot feel safe here majority of the time or not?
Yeah, except for when I go to like Nigel Road and up that way, like closer to Dulwich. But that's where my school is, so it's okay for me because I know friends that live in that area. So when I go there, I feel a little bit safer than I would if I went like Croydon or areas like that.
Like this is my area, so I feel safe. It's just when like I go to like other areas like Brixton or Peckham.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about it? Do you?
Most times I'm safe.
Yeah.
I see boys getting stopped and searched like for no reason. Like you see like the policemen. Yeah, they don't even like use gloves. They just put like their hands in like, their pockets, thinking like they got like a knife or anything.
I've been searched, not harassed.
Why? What they search? They search you for what? Like?
No, because I was in a group of black boys with all my friends after school.
Yeah, same.
Just walking. It was like 6 near KHF. We're just walking.
Near PFC.
Yeah. We're just walking there and then they just came up to us.
And then they went and they searched you lot as well, just for no reason. So there was no reason.
No, just walking. Not causing no harm, we weren't loud, nothing. Just walking.
Yeah. Them now, like.
What, the police?
Yeah. How do you see them now?
Just racist guys, because you can never see like a white boy getting searched.
Yeah.
Even though like one time
so it's true.
I just took a story on YouTube, like black boys got searched, but then there was like this one like a white boy. All the black people, they all got searched there, but then the white boy didn't get searched. He had a knife on him as well.
I understand that they're trying to help like the area, but they're just doing too much.
Last week, two little boys got searched, and there was like 5 cars. So like this one guy.
Yeah.
And he was in like year 8 or year 9.
What's that, 12, 13?
Yeah. That means that makes them grow up to hate police, and then they want to
arrest him and manhandle him and tell him, oh, you know what, you've been threatening. He's gonna get aggy. 15-man white man jump out on you. That's mad. Yeah. That's mad.
Yeah, what's going on, Prince?
What's going on, bro?
Like I said, man, I've been contacting you to make sure I got hold of you. Your story is one that's like proper inspiring and motivation to me, and obviously I'm sure people take it in themselves once they know. Those of you that won't know, that do know, and some of you that might not know, this is Mr. Trap Kitchen, the original Trap Kitchen. You may have heard of it. That there's only one Trap Kitchen really in the UK, and this is the founder of it. Yeah, so Obviously, before we get into that kind of thing, we're gonna just talk to you like about being from like this South London, Peckham kind of area, and what it was like for you growing up. So how long have you been would you say you've been living in like this area?
My whole life.
Your whole life, yeah?
Yeah. From when I first hopped off the plane and arrived here.
Yeah.
You know, and
how old was you then?
About 7.
7, yeah.
So I came here when I was 7. I was born in Italy, raised in Italy till about 7 years old, and I came here. And then when I first come here, I remember landing at Heathrow, and one of my uncles came to pick me up, and being dropped off on one estate in Peckham, which later I found out it was the North Peckham Estates.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I lived there
the
for
infamous
a while.
North
the
Peckham.
infamous North Peckham Estates. I lived there with my auntie and a few of my older cousins.
Yeah.
And who obviously some of them were really well known in the area as well at that time.
Yeah.
You get me? But not for any good things.
So might fast forward a few years to maybe you're like 11 or something. Did you notice that it was like, did you feel I live in a bad area, or it's like?
You know what? Yeah, one of the maddest stories, yeah, that I've remembered my whole entire life is, you see, I was obviously I'm good friends with one of the brothers.
The older one, younger
one. The older one.
Yeah.
And when I was young, I remember taking my brothers and stuff to school. We went Gloucester Primary School.
Yeah.
So I remember taking my brothers and a few of my little cousins to school, and the younger one must have pulled man up. Imagine I'm fresh, like you get me. He must have pulled man up, and I don't even know. Can I tell the story?
Yeah.
The younger one pulled out a compass and stabbed me just under my eye with remember the compasses that we used to have in school? I think from then I knew
I'm in the grease.
Yeah. This dangerous. Literally stabbed me right under here, like with a compass. And I remember going home. I was bawling. I was crying. I just couldn't believe what happened. Man was so traumatized. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe what happened. And I think from then I kind of knew. And I think my mum, after a while, my mum kind of realised that my behaviour was kind of changing, because you know I was becoming a bit rebellious at that age, because I ended up getting kicked out of that primary school.
Yeah.
And then I went to and then I stayed home for a bit, and then we moved from there, moved to Acorn. Acorn, right across the road from the Acorn estate. So then we changed schools, and I went to John Donne Primary School, around the corner by Cosswell. And then from there, I think it was just collapsed. I met a few prominent people that went to that primary school as well, and became really good friends with them, and it was just collapsed from there, you know.
Everything kind of smooth down. I be a stabbing and them thing they are going up.
Are you survive? Are you
One time a bullet.
Are you managed to survive so long in Peckham? Are you managed to survive so long?
In a Peckham, well, you know, you have to in and out, you know, more time you're there, next minute you're there, you know. You're there, a Streatham, you know, next minute you're there at Birmingham. You know, you're not too jam too long. Because you might get caught up in some madness. Sometimes you get a break, man, I swear.
True.
Yeah, so you go, you know. I'm not telling a lie, that's how I do it still.
Let's keep it real. That's how everyone has a different way.
I just more time I disappear from Peckham for a while, man. So check on my baby mama and chill out for a couple of weeks, you know what I mean?
Hold on, how long you know me? You know me since I was like, what, 16, innit?
Yeah! My dad grew up big now, big man now, eh?
Trust me.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to see that though, you know?
Yeah.
See that the man grew up and thing, you know what I mean? And keep yourself out of problem, because it's not easy, you get me?
Yeah, man.
Trust me, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You need man with more sense like that.
Yeah, man, but you don't know me, I leave you with a lyric still.
Yeah,
it's not an easy road, it's not an easy road. No. It's not an easy road, it's not an easy road. Cause my life no easy, you know it's set away. So dirty Babylon maybe go no forget away. Nico me searching for a better day. Sometimes I have no money for deal and laugh for pay. Still every day upon my knee, me still a pray. Because you never stop pray. So when me say, it's not an easy road, it's not an easy. Bless up all people, I know say it's not an easy road. They don't know. Manners and love, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh.